Welcome back to the road to 2200. Here we are, playing a 15-10 game. I'm 1835. My opponent is 17-15. That is a little bit on the lower side that I've seen. That's interesting. We're going to make this time a little bit bigger. See how that works out. Is it right on my face? No, seems fine. Okay. Knight to there, huh? Okay. I will respond with my knight to here, here, castles. This is just what I'm assuming I'm going to do, just my normal developing moves. We have a very symmetrical position happening here. Okay. I don't think that really affects what I want to do. It's a little... I don't know, it's a little bit interesting. Like, normally they move this pawn, they don't move the bishop, so what's happening here? Like, they're not playing c4? It's a very unusual start. Okay. Clearly with the idea of this and then probably that. It feels like I should just be able to play here now and not have to wait. Yeah, I think we can do that now. We're nicely castled. Maybe I didn't want to do that at all now that I think about it, because now it's going to open up that. So maybe there's that idea that I just didn't even want to do that. I didn't consider that at all. That maybe we deviate from the plan there. I'm thinking this looks good. If they go here, I don't mind. I'm taking back. Interesting. What is that? Is that just a waiting move? Is that prepping this? Trying to force me to take here? So I take here. I'm going to assume takes here. And then I think I'm going to go here, actually. If takes, take back with the queen. This is being hit. It looks very interesting. That was some pretty... I probably should have recalculated that several more times. Okay. But I was like, they won't take here because now they've just locked in their own bishop. So I'm pretty happy with that, right? That's kind of like the dream that I couldn't imagine dreaming. I think... I mean, I guess I have to imagine this is coming soon. Let's say it comes now. How do I deal with it? If they push here... I think I say, okay, I'll just take this way. If they push here and then push by, I think then I could go there. Well, I'm going to go here anyway, I think. Okay, so the plan is here, here, and just develop. My opponent's playing a little weird. Not necessarily bad. They're just developing slightly unusually. This just... I don't love it, but what else am I going to do? I could go like here to go here, but that just looks weak. Weakening of the pawns, I mean. So yeah, I'm going to go here, going here. I don't know where the knight's going to end up. Okay, what? What is that about? Yeah, I don't understand that move. I can't imagine it's... I mean, I guess it could be to go here. Which I'd be like, okay. Like, I would love to switch to trade these bishops. That would be a dream come true. Okay, so that's the idea. That now they can try to cement that knight in. Which is interesting, because I was trying to figure out... how do I move this knight? And now I can certainly go here... if here, was that, do I like the resulting position? My knight protecting my king side has been dislocated to here. I am hitting the pawn, but it's not like I can take that pawn. My bishop is still not great. Their bishop is also not great. So that kind of is a wash. I guess what I really need to look at is there an attack now? Right, like, just here. Threatening mate. I go, say, here. And that seems safe enough. So I can always go like here, 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 and plug the hole that way. Okay, I'm going to do it. I don't fully know if this is the right idea. Gonna go here. Does this now suddenly become stronger? No, because if they were to take, I would take here and be quite happy with how that went. I was looking at something like this, but I think they just go here. And that's not really great for me. I'm just not really sure how to proceed. Actually, I think maybe this looks kind of good. Like, where does this bishop go? It looks like nowhere. And I don't think I would be too upset making that trade. If we made that trade, then this bishop might be able to come out that way. What is happening? What is he even doing? My pawn is making such interesting moves. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I think we're going here. Yeah, I'm just saying I want that bishop, actually. Now, if they go here, and I go here, and they go check, and I go back, they got nothing. Like, if this knight was over here, that's a much scarier pattern, right? Because then it's like here, here, threatening this mate, threatening that mate. I mean, that one's protected, but you know what I mean. Having that knight be way over there. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even consider that they could have gone there. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure I like that. But actually, this seems to work. And then if they go there, they lose. If they go anywhere else, they lose. So I'm not sure that play worked. Wait, hold on. If I go here, what about this? Then I take, then they take, then I take. Yeah. It's probably their best plan. They certainly can't go here. If they go back to here, I'm taking, then I'm maybe pushing there. Maybe just doubling on the C file. Okay. I have to think if here, here. It just feels like it almost has to be that way. And if that happens, what do I do? Do I go here? Rook here. Oh, some interesting spicy things. I could go like here, push, threatening mate. I think that bishop looks very scary to me. I mean, that was easily their scariest piece on the board, and getting rid of it, I think is worth it. That's just kind of the bottom line for me. I wasn't able to calculate precisely how everything was going to shake out, but that just seems reasonable to me. Okay. Something like this is a slow, but actually once they go here, I'll just immediately go there to keep them out. I think this is just a good idea. Just to start working on that pawn. If they push, I take? No, I think I let them take. All right, we can go here. We could even go here, push here, go here. I don't know. I'm not sure we have enough, but things are more interesting. Like if they go here, that is a really passive setup to just kind of support those pieces. Okay. Problem with this is they can block it like that, and now this pawn is going to fall. So I don't really like that idea either. I don't actually have a plan here I like is the problem. Everything feels distant from my king. It's making me a little nervous. I don't really know how to fix it. If I do something like this, I feel like they'll just push. Oh, this diagonal is juicy. I didn't even realize that. What about just here? If I go here and they go there, that's actually a good move. But I could go here. If they take, I win. If I go here and they push, I think that's pretty decent. If I go here and they go here, here. Yeah, I don't love that. If here, I could just go back. All right, we're going here. The idea is to go here and win the game. What about here? After going, I didn't look at that. That looks like it's pretty fine. I don't think that works as well as I was hoping. I think this move doesn't work. I think I got... Oh, and it also hangs this pawn. So, yeah. That was a really bad move. Wow, that's very unfortunate. I do have some interesting ideas with going here after that. And then I'm on this pawn. And then I still might have ideas with going here. Or going here. But this was a... Like, to not notice that this pawn was being covered by that is kind of unexcusable, right? Like, I'm not saying this will end up losing me the game, or that even that it's a bad move. But that's not how I evaluate my moves. I evaluate them based on, like, how well did I consider the options, and to not notice a basic pawn hanging. That's kind of absurd. Also, I think this is a bad move anyway. I don't know. I think what just happened is I was kind of like, I don't really know what to do. I think my opponent has a much clearer path to victory here. It's like, push this, bring the rook over, bring the knight over, could even stick the bishop here. It feels like they could reroute their pieces to the king side very easily, so maybe I would be very excited to distract them from that. It really feels to me like I'm on the precipice of losing this game in spectacular fashion. Also wondering if the move was this. Probably not because of this, actually. Without that, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, here we go. That's a smart move, right? Get off the diagonal, bring your pieces to better squares, start attacking the king. Now you're in business. This now just hangs the pawn. This does very little. Goes here. Takes. Yeah. Doesn't work. Yeah, I think I'm in big trouble. I think my opponent has realized that, like, if I go here, they may just go like this. Here, actually. I just come over, and then suddenly all their pieces are in, and I'm just kind of like, what are we doing here? As much as I hate to do it, I wonder if this is the move. It livens this guy up, which makes the move look ridiculous, like utterly ridiculous. But if takes, here, suddenly I can get all my pieces to the defense of the king. And I'm just having an impossible time figuring out how to do it otherwise. Maybe the answer is to go here and here. It just looks like the knight has all these squares it can go to, which I don't like. This, followed by this. Followed by, if this wasn't here, I could go check. Which maybe would be interesting. I think I'm going to do this. It seems 100% wrong. But I just can't find anything I like better. I don't know. Oh, jeez, look at this. Like, that was a terrible move. Oh, I've played so badly this game. It's very... When you play this bad, it's really hard. Like, chess becomes hard to even stomach when you play this badly. So it's twice. I just, like... I just knew something was a bad move, made it anyway, and then it hung stuff. Twice. Ugh. Just horrid. And now if I try to go here, this looks really annoying. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing what the computer has to say about that position. Like, I think I just made it way harder than it needed to be. And that is definitely one of my problems with chess. I'm curious if you all are the same. That you have a position, it's a little challenging, and then you just make it really, really hard by making ridiculous moves. So since my opponent's taking a while, if we go back to here, it feels like I'm doing pretty well. This guy's not good. This is not good. The question is, how do I move forward? Maybe here, this would have worked. Before the queen comes in. If they take and I take, this is still a weak pawn though. Another, I wonder if a possibility was something just like here to support this pawn, here, 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 make the king's side stronger, start hitting that pawn, and then also with the rook here, maybe I can threaten to push that at some point and bring this to life. Or maybe even my plan of going here first to make some threats here would be better. I think almost anything was better than what I did. And going back farther even, was it even just even this move? Like, did I have to let this guy walk into here? Could I have just gone here and stopped? No, he still would have walked in because it's supported twice, 3 times. So I can't stop him from walking in. But I didn't have to trade there. I could have just said, okay, this knight is very well placed here. I am not looking to move that knight. I was just already starting to feel kind of the cramp of not knowing what to do, feeling kind of lost. All right, well, let's go back to the position. My opponent's taking quite a while here. I don't quite know why. Looks to me like the route is kind of on, but I think if it was me playing this, I would either take here and just be like, hello, we've got another piece, or go here and then just have everyone. Like, I feel like there's a million good moves. This is a good move. This is a good move. This is a good move. This is probably a good move. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe my opponent is overloaded with good moves to the point where they're like, I don't really know what to do here. There's too many good possibilities. What I can hope is that they're calculating some wild, ridiculous, unnecessary move that ends up losing them the game. That's where my real hope is lying here. That it's something like, I'll sack the queen here to pull the rook in, and then I'll get a smothered mate, right? Like, that's the dream. I don't think my opponents can do something that ridiculous, though. I think my plan is to try to take here, to have my rooks come to life. Then probably go here, try to trade that off, and then double the rooks here, and make something happen. I know at this point it's a long shot. I've really bungled this game. That's where I'm at. Let's see. Maybe I have the time to fix this a little bit. There we go. Does that look a little better? Maybe? No. Looks worse. Okay. We can bring it down. Alright. Well. What do we got, friend? Another interesting part of chess. Man, when you're winning, just take your time. Because I'm so annoyed with this person right now. Like, they're just milking it. And I'm like, you don't need to milk it. Just move. right? But they're like, I'm crushing you. I'll take my time. This is great. I'm ready to just hit resign. The game's obviously not over. There's plenty of things that could happen from here, but I'm so frustrated with myself that I don't really want to sit here watching him think for 4 minutes, right? So it's a good idea. It is definitely a good idea to, make your opponent sweat. But now I have more time than them. I don't know. Maybe there's some world where that matters. I don't know. They've burned a lot of time here on this move. Okay. So that was not that hard of a move to find. I still think probably taking here, here. I guess that doesn't work. End up having to do that. Oh my. If that doesn't work, I'm really dead. Wait. Oh my goodness. I'm so close to having the queen trapped, I realized. First of all, this would be hanging. If it wasn't, the only square would be there. Okay. All right. Miracle time. Can we pull off a miracle trapping the queen? Ooh, that's also interesting. That if we go here and the queen goes there, we do have a check here. I don't know that does anything either. Huh. Okay, I'm looking at this. Then if here, the queen does have many ways to get out. I also have this check now. Does that do anything? So check moves the king over. Oh, also if I go here, they may just take this way, hitting the queen, which would be frustrating. And if I go here, this does take away that retreat square. So I could go here. There, check. I have this. But then you could go anywhere along there. And when I go here, that doesn't really add much. In fact, I could just clamp down there. So what if I go here first? And basically if they don't take here, they're in trouble. But if they do take there, I guess then I can go here. And it's not the worst. Alright, we're going to do it. I don't know. What could they do that would lose the game? Like this, maybe? No, that wouldn't. Because this wouldn't be check. Here. To go into like that. I have to assume that's coming. If it does... Check. Moves. Oh, I also messed something up. This does not protect this pawn. Because once we go here, it's cut off. Oh, well. Oh, too bad. We were so close to trapping this queen. So very close. There. Okay. Okay. We've got this move. If I'd done that last time. Wait, why was I saying the queen could go there? Obviously, the queen can't go there. The only place it could go is there. Only one. I cannot do that. Check. Here. Runs away. And I gain nothing. Okay. I'm gonna go there. I think I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like I had a chance in there. And I missed it somehow. I don't know. Maybe I did not. Wow. Okay. It definitely was not expecting that. Okay. All right. Wait, we got some interesting stuff now. Because after here and here, discovery time. Anything useful we can do with this discovery time? I don't think so. Nothing's on a light square. I guess we could go here. So we go here, here, there. Looks like you could go here. But that's okay. We just take... Alright, well I've got nothing else. We're getting a little low on time, so we're going here. This is the plan. This is the plan. Try to win an exchange. I'm not sure that winning exchange magically fixes all my problems. But, I don't know, might help. Might help. It's amazing how close we were to trapping that queen. Okay. So then we go... Not there, not there, not there, not there, not there, not... Even here doesn't help, because they just go there. We're going to go here. We're going to win... It does not win exchange, does it? They take this way. Nope, it doesn't work. They take... If I take... They take the queen, I lose. If I take here, then they have time to get away. Oh, they can't move the knight! The knight is pinned! Oh my goodness. This might actually be great. That, I might have lucked into one heck of a move. Wow. I totally forgot that the knight was pinned. That is quite funny. Uh-oh. Is this a problem? Okay. So we get the exchange. We don't actually win that piece. I was thinking we would win another piece. Actually, we might. By just going here. I think I want the exchange, right? Wait. Can I go here now? Because the knight is pinned. The queen has moves. Ooh, I could go here. Is interesting. If I go there... Queen goes there. Yeah, can the queen stay guarding this knight? It's going to be very hard. I don't think so. I go here. If the queen goes there, well, that's just another pin situation that we can exploit. We're going here. We're going here. We're going to try to fully exploit the pin. That's what we're trying for here. We got a pin. Let's take advantage. Where is this queen going? Nowhere along here. Not there. Not there. Queen could go here or here. But in both of those scenarios, after I take, this falls. No, I'm just winning. Okay, so that seemed like the way to try to not lose. But now the queen is behind the pin. Oh, how do we take advantage? Well, at least now the knight can move, though. So I think we have to take here. Because the queen, the knight can move to take here. Okay, so king moves. Pin is released. If I go here... They will defend. Do I have something better than that? Takes. That's being guarded. There. That doesn't work. Pawn's a little loose, but not loose enough. What if I just go here, here? So I go here, here, here. Wait, if I go here, then they're just going to go there, right? Yeah, just gonna move out of the way. Has to be something here. Okay. What about going here and then here? That looks a little stronger. Wait, they can go here. So if I go here, they go there. I take here, they go there. I'm hitting that. So I think it's okay. Alright, I'm doing it. I'm going here with the idea of going here. And if here, I think I go here. Oh no, this guy hangs at the end. Shoot. No, because that hangs at the end. And this with the rook. There's so many tactics here. It's wild. This is like a calculation puzzle, but I have 2 minutes on my clock. That's not how I normally do calculation puzzles. Okay. That, I think, is a very good idea. That's too bad. But I think that's a good plan. So if I go takes, here, here. You can go there. Check here, check. I think that works out for me. I have a very small amount of time, so I don't quite have the time to calculate these lines fully. But I think if here, I go here, check, takes, check, here, here, and that's pretty good. I'm up the exchange. Their king is on the run. I might not get the mate. Okay, I did go for that. Here, what if just here? Right, then I can't take there. Then I would go... I don't know. Well, with a minute 32 seconds... Oh, I should have gone here. That was a ridiculous move. I could have gone there, check, and then done the thing. Then I could have gone here even. It's an unfortunate move. I guess if he goes here, I can still go there. And then if the king goes here, I'm going like here. Yeah, so maybe I go this way with the rook. Yeah, because then if he takes, I still take with check. Okay, let's try this. And then when he moves here, I go here. If he goes there, maybe I don't have a plan for that. That's unfortunate. I don't have a plan for that. Oh, darn it. This takes. No, maybe that works. About here, here, here. Does that work? I think this works. No, it does not work because the queen is backing up that rook. Okay, what about just saying we're going here for the mate? Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to go here. Trying to come in here with the mate, or at least maybe perpetual. I imagine they're going to go there. No, here. Well, that's just a trade, actually. I think I'm totally fine there. I do have to be aware that I can get mated in this back row. But I feel like I've got this. Oh my goodness, this is mate. I totally missed how close to mate we were. I thought we were going to have to do something like this. But this is checkmate. So now things are kind of dicey for my opponent. What are they going to do? Maybe that? But then I go here, and then that's mate. this queen move might have been quite good. And if they go something like this to try to stop that mate, then they lose anyway. All right, so I think this is mate. Here, here, mate. Nice. That was a cool tactical finish. All right, I'm pretty happy with that one. Let's take a look at it. Finished it in pretty grand tacticals. Oh, I'm not happy with all of it, though. Oh, jeez, I had already erased the memories of the horrible beginnings. Okay, so this is just kind of normal stuff. This is a little... I was thinking this was unusual. This is the #1 book move for the Kali system. I thought we were just playing a regular QGD. We are not playing a Kali system. Okay, apparently I know the Kali system so little. I wasn't ready for it. This is a fine move. All of this is just kind of regular. Okay, so this A3 is the second most common move in this position. The most common by quite a bit is just develop the knight. I guess it's like a hedgehog or something. I don't know. I don't know how that's a good move. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This is the #1 move in the database, which is nice. And now here. Like, here's where I was like, I feel pretty good, but I'm not really sure how to develop my pieces from here. Well, I guess not. I've got one more move, right, that I want to do. So now. But now, on this moment, I'm like, I don't really know what to do. The engine says it is equal, and that some moves might be bishop d6, which I was looking at, but I don't think helps that much. Rook c7, maybe to double, and then this is fine, but not here. Okay, here. And I looked at this move, and I was like, I wish I could go there. I wish I could. That would be such a nice move, but I did not think I could. The reason was take. I'm down a pawn. But I guess I'm not... Well, no, I am down a pawn. This is not hanging. So this is what I looked at. And I said I'm down a pawn, and I guess I can't make this move. But there is a cool tactic here that I did not see, which is that this is hitting this and this. So in order to protect that, they'd have to go, I don't know, here or something. And that's fine. It protects it. But now I've sort of gambited a pawn for very active pieces against their inactive pieces. Now, even if I had seen all that, I don't know what I would have gone for it. I'm all for gambiting pawns when I see direct compensation. I don't know how direct that compensation was. So I went here. My opponent went there, which felt very strange. The computer agrees it was a little strange. They went here. And these are all the best moves according to the engine. Alright. The engine likes that. And then now is where I was like, I don't know. There's so many things I could do, right? I could go here and try to threaten something like this. And the engine says that's totally fine. I could go here immediately and try to do stuff. And the engine actually likes that move, which I think is weird. I could go like here and here. And the engine says that's great too. And then I went here and that's fine. And then this move is very bad. Okay, so other moves aside from the very bad move. D4 continues to be a good move in the position, which feels weird to me. I just didn't think that was that great. I guess I didn't think about this. Look what it does do. It opens up this file for our rook with tempo. Of course they can guard these pieces. It's not a stack 'em and crack 'em scenario where they lose. Shout out to my chessable, of course. They could just go here and back them both up. But still, now we're playing for something, right? We can go here, and now we're hitting this pawn, and then maybe they go here to block that. And then maybe we start doubling up our rooks. The computer actually says we should like make this big trade. Actually, this would be crushing win. Right, because that's no longer backed up. So they can't even take that way, right? If we did this, they'd have to take that way, which looks even better. Now this is hanging. So suddenly... Okay, that's what I missed. There's a very basic part of this that I missed. This, allows this. And so I'm not giving up a pawn at all. I'm just exchanging a pawn and opening up the file for my rook, which I missed that part. Okay. So I instead made a ludicrous move, which was this. Now, if this move is not in the position, we're gonna put on pretend glasses. If they had to go here, and I went here, and they went here, and I went here, the computer says you're right. It is an even game. You're doing fine. This pawn is a little worrisome. Maybe they'll go here, but I can start doubling up here if I want. I can go here. I can start doing a big attack. Maybe even I could go there to start attacking. But, buddy, this hangs this very critical pawn, and you're basically lost. It's only 1.6, but that's a lot. And then this was a game-losing error. This just loses the game immediately. And I don't think I fully found it. Right, I went here like a ridiculous person. So if I had gone here first, and then they move. Okay, can I actually trap this queen? Oh, wow. Wow, so I was looking for the queen trap, but I missed this idea. And now I can just go here to trap the queen. So let's say they move on with their life and go here. No, let's say they go here, which is a move they were quite likely to move. C to E8, and the queen is toast. The queen is trapped. So I saw how close we were to trapping the queen. Like, didn't quite put it all together. I thought this would guard this, and then I could go here and trap the queen, and then it was like, yes, wait, no, if I go here, they just take there. Oh, and it doesn't work. So I went here, and now it's just even until they went there, and now, once again, they are in giant trouble, right? The queen has to go there, then we get to go here. The computer says there's a better move, even. The better move is to go here. Ah, okay. I missed this move because I thought this would work. It does not work, though. And the queen still can get away, at least temporarily, going there. But then this immediately falls if we want. We don't even have to do that, but we probably should. So we take here, here, and look, we just want a piece back. So I missed temporarily that this piece was pinned, and that was a very bad miss. It's fine I went there. It worked out okay. Interestingly, this is just equals. Just equals. My opponent must have made a huge blunder there. The computer says the best move here is to actually take. And then if takes, then we can take here, 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 here. And now this pin is no longer there. But if here and they move, then we're just in. So the computer says just go here. Mess with this way. We're still on this. Wow. Okay, this is wild. But yeah, so that's the way to do it. I went here instead, which the computer says is fully equal by going E3. So I took, and I thought I was going to win. I thought I came up with this great idea of going here. Computer says, why not just go here and chase the rook back? You just wasted a tempo. Instead, they went there and lost the game immediately to several different ways, but this being the best one. Takes. Then we get to go here. No. Oh my goodness. There's a very basic tactic here. Just take a second. Just take a millisecond. Boom. Double attack. That is not a hard tactic. Come on. What are we even doing? That is a very easy one. I think the problem is I was so, like, invested in these rooks that I just didn't consider such a basic move. Goodness, those are staggering when you miss them. And then thankfully my opponent made that mistake. Went here, I went check, they went there, and there. Wins the game. So, what a wild game. The highs, the lows, the staggering misses. I am very happy with myself that I figured this spot out. There are actually 3 winning moves, but I almost didn't catch this one, right? I thought I had blown it. I thought I had let it slip away, and then I realized, like, wait, no, we can continue pestering this way. thankfully. But the miss here, this is a staggering miss that I don't think you can make if you want to hit 2200 elite chess. I don't think you can do that. Also, just had some colossal meltdowns here. I mean, that's just like, what? How are you missing that? And then the last one for me is, I usually don't get in spots where I don't know what to do. And here I really didn't know what to do. Actually, I'm more like after we traded all this. And here, I was like, well, my pieces are all where I want them, except this one's bad, and they can attack the king. I don't really know what to do. That doesn't happen to me all that often, but it certainly happened in this game, and I feel like that's where I melted down, right? And that, I think that's an important thing to note for me, and maybe that's the same for you all out there. When you're lost is when the meltdowns happen, and the howler moves where your coach is like, what was that? Why would you even consider that? And the real truthful answer is, I considered that because I didn't know what to do. I was lost at that point, right? Like I was just scraping around trying to find any move that worked. And then thankfully my opponent, this looks like a pretty good move actually. Like I can't really fault my opponent too much for that. It's kind of hard to see that this queen is about to be trapped and that this check actually is so devastating. Like that's a pretty hard one to see, and in fact, even though I saw it, I didn't see it correctly, so I can't really fault my opponent for that one. I think the big mistake though was this. There's no reason to do that, right? You just move the king over and then you play chess and you win the game. So it was a very weird move to stick the knight in that spot. So several blunders were made. I had a nice mating find at the end, which I'm proud of. I had some misses that I'm not proud of. And I had a couple good learning experiences of these types of positions I'm still struggling with, despite telling myself I never get in positions where I just don't have any idea what to do. That's just not true. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode of The Road to 2200, and I'll see you all next time.